Okay, that is all hands video. Now we got with us our weekly inspirational speaker. It is Bli Adi Kumaranata from Bali Villa Service. Hello, Bli Adi. Please
Hello.
introduce me. I am Rifki Novandi, engineer for Bukit Vista, and I will be hosting for this all hands session with Nadia as a moderator.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think short introduction for yourself, Bliadi.
Okay, thank you for the chance give to me for this morning. This first time also I met the all Bukit Vista team with online.
Welcome,
Actually,
Uh,
Biadi.
yeah,
yeah,
actually we
welcome,
have
Bliadi.
yeah. Thank you. My name is Igede Adi Kumaranata, or you can call me Adi. Yeah, I'm the founder of Bali Villa Service, one of the vendor of Bukit Vista. We have worked since 2017 with Bukit Vista, yeah, in the beginning. Nice
Wow.
to meet you,
Uh,
all team. This is first time actually I see all here.
wow. Nice to meet you too, Bli Gede, I guess. All of us too. I think I have searched for your background,
Yeah.
and I think I will describe a little about your journey on how until you become a founder of Bali Villa Service. Okay, so in 2009
Yeah.
until 2012, you have a journey as a receptionist on Puri Bagus Lovina and the
Yes.
Residence Minyak.
Yes.
And then at 2012, you are a reservation specialist, I guess, in Ibis Balikuta, and then e-commerce
Yeah.
from 2013 to 2022. Wow, that's a long way at the Layar
It,
Designer and Spa. And while I guess while you're doing that, you're also founded Bali Villa Service and Bali Villa Specialist in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah. That's correct.
Ah, yeah, I think maybe you can explain a bit more about
Mm.
your experience, Biadi.
Well, thank you so much. So, in the beginning, I was work in Singaraja in Lovina, so as a receptionist, and then in 2009, I tried to move to Denpasar to get a better opportunity for me, and I work at the residence Seminyak as a reception also in the villa. In the is it
Oh,
small villa, only 12 villa, and then I try to be a bigger hotel like chain hotel Accor. Is it in Ibis Balikuta? So
oh,
I start getting for reservation from the front office, go to reservation, and because I think work in hotel is very headache, you know. True, but very little transaction, especially when we work in a budgeting hotel. So
yeah.
we do many work, but only small amount of money we can get. So we would should
Uh,
hard than than we what we get from the hotel. So I actually, and when I work at the Accor hotel, I work 12 hours. Is it more like normally 8 to 9 hour, but I work to 12 hour because so many thing to do. And then I try to move to villa. So at the Layar Villa as e-commerce. And in 2013, this is a beginning for like do online travel agent. Maybe is it the rising of online travel agent before like offline travel agent. So like do Agoda, Booking.com and others. So I interest to do how to be managed online.
oh,
And when I walk in the layar, so I just thinking about when my front office is asking about how we get this equipment, how we get this equipment. I see the sum of equipment website, so renting equipment, especially like I do now. They do like in the website they not give me a clear information like so should contact us. They should the range price about this and this and this. And then I just in my mind, how if I make the website with the clear information about office, so they can do everything quickly. Because when the guest asking to me, how about how much baby got for one night? So I asking and then calling. So I not get the information correctly. So I just design. In the beginning, I don't have anything about the like baby equipment. I just do like what I said is broker.
Yeah.
So I,
The vendor, right?
I sell
Yeah.
other people. So I do just a broker like from my friend who have pool pants, for my friend who have baby cots. So finally, in 2017, I start to buy a new one, maybe a little bit. So
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I don't have any money to build this business, like not the zero, but only a bit money, because I do broker in the beginning, and then when I have money, I buy one. In
Oh, yeah.
2017, I met with Bukit Vista. So I still remember this is Mr. What's it? Mr. Chris, yeah, Mr. Chris. Ah,
Christiancho.
oh yeah, they contact me first. So they introduced Bukit Vista. Wow, is it a company in Bukit? Gitu. I said, oh, is it? Actually, I stay in Sanur, a little bit far to
Oh, yeah.
Bukit, but it's okay. Is it good opportunity for me to introduce the new partner? Because actually, this is only a small amount of money I get while I work. Yeah, that's correct.
Uh,
But time by time, Bukit Vista support me very much in 2017, 2018, 2019 until COVID. We down. Everyone is down. So very good service from Bukit Vista. I have invite to the group, and I know how to handle the villa which have because I work in the villa, I have managed like a hotel, but
yeah.
I know from Bukit Vista how to manage many property with a limited staff. So this is
Wow.
efficiency. Not like in my working place, they have 100 staff only for 22 villa, 100 staff. Yeah, that's correct. So that's why the service charge not too big, only maximum 2 million per month compare other hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just thinking, oh, is it good opportunity for how to manage? You are the leading in this time, yeah. But today we have you, I think, have many competitor, yeah, like in the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, many competitor, but you are still the best.
Wow. Thanks for the compliment,
Uh,
BAD.
yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
Uh,
So
okay. Yeah, you may continue, BAD. I'm sorry.
yeah, so. And then in 2009, we starting for COVID. I collapsed. We are collapsed all, everyone. And 2020, there is no booking. So I do, previously I have stopped, but I asked them to back to their village because I cannot pay them anymore, and I do by myself. Even only small bookings from Bukit or from, I remember in COVID they still have a booking from me, and 2000 and what is it, after COVID I decided to quit my job in the Layar in 2000. Actually, is it in 2001 I quit my job, and I need to focus in this, and I not spend more money in my business to get develop it more, so I can have more extra bed, more baby cot, and others support you all.
Yeah, wow. Thank you very much, BAD, for your explanation and helping us providing extra service we need
Yeah.
from Bali Villa Service. Okay, I think that's very clear on your journey, what journey that you are having there. I think after listening to your journey, I have several questions about you. But I think you have explained there before how you created Bali Villa Service.
Mhm.
Uh, And now I think we can jump to the second questions that I have. How
Mm.
has the demand for extra service in Bali's tourism industry evolved over the years? And how do you stay relevant among competitors? Like maybe in uh, 2015, there was no baby code request or something. Can you explain it a little bit to us?
Okay, thank you so much. For the business, actually, is it not easy at all in the beginning because I thought so many things. How if is it broken? How if is it is lost? How if is it the guest uh, take it away? But is it only in my mind? So I should fight with my mind in the first because actually in the beginning I just renting the I have is only floaties, the maybe like a duck which is easy to
Yeah,
broke and then easy to take away by the guests. So in the beginning I just feel is it too risky, the too high risk in this company. I want to in 2016 I have thinking about I should stop this. I have so many problem in the beginning, but later I can show you about is it only in my mind. If we do like very strict to the guests, or like if it's broken you will charge this, if you this, and if there is loss you charge this, it will happen. Yeah,
yeah,
it will happen.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure. Because maybe the guests also think, wow, if I broken, if this, I should pay this. And is it happen? So many times. But after that, I just reduce my, what is it? And then there is no boundaries about this. So if broken, you should pay. Just
Yeah.
what I said, uh, just
You
take it easy.
create the policy, yeah. You
Yeah,
create
new
the
policy.
policy
That's
for
correct.
this.
New policy, just easier policy for us. If cancel last minute, only one night charge is something
Yeah.
like that. So just easier for us, and then also the customer feel easier. Because I have do work with others competitor or maybe my vendor before. They do like strictly when they cancel, they should full charge. I just fight with the guys. Why you do this? Why you do this? Oh, is it not mine? I said like that in my. I just think, is it not mine? It's not mine, but this is under my company, so I should do this, and then uh, I make it better. So just easier to make a booking first, and then easier information, and try to help them much. If I don't have many goods, maybe I try to find in my friend. So and also I just recommend other friends. So this is work for me. Or sometimes the customer asking for me about how about extra bed. Oh, I don't have at all. I give my friend number, and then they contact them. But in the future they contact me again. So
Yeah.
like yeah, that's true. It's for me, yeah, and that's true. They contact me because they're thinking they because I'm helping them to find the solve their problem, and that's time. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I do for competing with the competitor. So I'm not sure how it's work because I give their number, but they back to me again the next time, not to them with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, in this case, maybe you will be reliable for them so that they
Mm,
can call you again for that.
yeah, so I think so.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Biadi, thanks for your
Mm,
answer. The next question will be, what are the main challenges in providing extra services for guests to ensure its quality for the extra service you provide and
mm.
inspire delight to the guests?
Actually, for the guests, they need the time management the first, the on time, yeah. The first they need on time, and also the cleanness of the equipment, the cleanness of equipment. So I should keep it for to make sure the guest is happy with our equipment. So far, I'm not sure if my equipment have a complaint or not in Bukit Vista. But I keep it to the good quality of God that I send. I check before we send and make sure the timing is it on time. It's, but especially last minute, I cannot do it because I have time
Yeah.
schedule. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the first one only the quality and then on time to for
On time.
delivery and pickup. Yeah, because is it important when the staff something like a Bukit Vista, the staff is not always in the villa. If they're waiting for so long, is it will be problem for them. They cannot cleaning other villa or something. So is it
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
concern? Yeah.
Yeah. That is very true.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. I think I have asked you the questions I have. Thank you for coming to this all hands meeting, Bri Adi.
Thank you so
Maybe,
much. Nice
uh,
to meet you,
maybe,
Steve.
yeah, maybe if you want to say one or two things about us, you are welcome to do that.
Okay. So I just want to say because you see my in my profile or you see in Bali, you see Bali Villa Specialist. Actually, it's not work at all because I don't have I don't have knowledge about how to selling a villa. Maybe if I can have a chance, I want to join Bukit Vista or maybe do training in Bukit Vista.
Wow. Okay.
Because I don't have opportunity to selling my villa. Maybe I can selling the villa when I work at the Liar because I own the property, but I cannot selling the villa owned by other people. I need more knowledge about this. I have to,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it's fail. It's fail. I'm not sure how to manage the guests to keep with us and trust with
Okay.
us.
So it is a personal message to Mr. Jing. Maybe
Yes, of course, Mr.
we can
Jing.
be a still a partner, not a extra service provider partner again. Okay. So thanks, Bri Adi, for your contributions to Bukit Vista and coming to this all hands meeting. As we're getting in time, and you of course, you can stay here if you want to say the whole all hands meeting. But if you have any other agenda, you may welcome to leave.
Okay,
Uh,
maybe I will go to school to pick up my son.
okay. Have a good day,
Thank
Briadi.
you so
Then
much.
thank
Okay,
you,
thank you,
Briadi.
Bliadi.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Kasih
thank
Beli
you.
Adi.
Thank you for working on us
Okay.
for so many years.
Thank you. Hey, Bu Ayan, hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
nice to
much.
see you in our team and been talking on the phone all the time.
Oke, thank you.
Sukses terus ya Beli Adi.
Ya, terima kasih.
Okay,
Okay.
that was great, everyone. So thank you for inviting Blee Adi to come and join us at the All Hands. This is amazing. There's, like I said before, there's so many people who actually are. I don't think they have an identity. They don't have a face here, but they actually are working every day in supporting essentially the mission to inspire delight. So I'm really happy to have Liadi here. Liadi, thank you so much for the many years of service, and I have never seen a complaint about equipment in all the reviews that I've read, and I've read a lot of reviews, so I've never seen a complaint. Usually, it's a complaint about not having a particular piece of equipment that made a guest experience worse. So, thank you for being there. And I think it's also important, everyone, to remember that this particular type of work is something that the guests actually feel, right? It's actually something that the guests can actually touch and actually have contact with. A lot of our work is virtual, and Bliati is very curious about it. I'm very, very, very open. Also, Rifki is in a perfect position, I think, to also contribute there. A lot of the knowledge about a particular villa, how to sell a villa, is Bliati. It's actually being done by our AI engineers, with the knowledge being sort of gathered by the rest of the company. So it's automatic now. It's very, very fast, and it's pretty exciting. We'd like to welcome you to be our guest at one of our roundtable talks every Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you'll join us here in Jimbaran, I know it's a little bit, you have to pay the bridge and come over, but I hope it's worthwhile. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, Leah, I'm going to continue. And once again, like Rifki said, you're free to stay. But if you have to pick up your kid, then you're also free to prioritize family obligations as well. All right, everybody, let's begin. I got good news and I got bad news. So let's start with the good news, actually. So the good news is our hospitality score was 81.8. This week it's 81.5. I'll just say it's pretty much the same. Okay, it's slightly falling, but not in any significant amount. So that's where we are on hospitality. Last all hands, the revenue goals are off track. Hospitality is slightly rising. The new AUM is stalling. There's some problems with meeting planning, and the new revenue projection had some latency. This all hands, the revenue goals are still not really on track. Okay, hospitality is stable. New AUM is improving and rising. I'll show you guys what that looks like. We're finding the key points that are still in the company. So many of you might not know that there's a dashboard here where you can see essentially how the company is doing. This dashboard is, of course, open to all employees of Bukit Vista so that you can check out if the company is correct. And also, if you find out that I don't know what I'm talking about, let me create a reward here. I'll pay 1 million, okay, to anybody who finds out that I've said something that is not supported by data, okay? So let that be a bounty. So if you find a mistake in whatever I'm saying or explaining, I'll pay 1 million if you find it, okay, if you can correct me, because I want to make sure that we're dealing with facts and facts only. Here's a fact. So the new revenue generation from February was only about a little bit more than 5,000, okay? The new revenue generation in March was over 10,000. Same in April, in March was over 10,000. There was new revenue generation April, so in May it's above 10,000. June was fantastic. June we had 2 objects, okay? Villa Lengkungan and Villa Kaba generating above 16,000 of new revenue. This month has been pretty good. And this is July, and we've exceeded over 20,000, close to 25,000, and the month still isn't over yet, okay? So the amount of new AUM coming into the company has rapidly expanded in July. However, if you take a look at August, it's not that much there so far. So if we want to keep up the momentum, then we need to keep the pipeline rolling, okay? But that's what I see in terms of essentially the new amount of, let's say, product coming in to the company as well. Now, that isn't the whole picture, of course. We've had Villa Rafa and some other properties off board due to the owner changing plans on it. But I think it's also an opportunity to actually recapture it with the new owner and essentially as a managed property, okay? So try to keep a long-term view on any particular property. Follow the property even if the ownership changes, all right? Keep the focus. We already know what we all need to focus on in order to reach semester goals, and they're the same things. It's raising the conversion rate and integrating operation and AI to be better. However, there's a new thing now. And I'm bringing up this new thing because I think we are getting better and better at solving these 2 points from before. So I'm going to raise the new thing. The new thing is that we are looking to deepen our analysis for revenue workflow optimization. Every week when I sit down with the upper managers in this company, we find out more things about how our finances work. We found out more things about that there's a latency between onboarding a property and when it can come into production. We found out more things about how meeting planning and prioritization can lead to correct revenue. We learned more about the queuing of different properties in our onboarding process and how that might affect revenue. All of this, I would consider the scope of data analysis, being able to look at the company, look at essentially how cash is flowing through the company, and understanding it better. So this is going to be an opening up of particular opportunities for new priority and strategic priority to be on. All right, so here's been what's working. I intentionally wrote the first 2 in smaller and the third one in bigger. The first 2 are getting managed, and I do see the potential that these eventually will be solved within a measurable amount of time. I'm going to estimate within the next month, the first 2 things with sales supervision and queue supervision, and also decisive hospitality policies, applying to reservations, case management, hosting, and also community management will be essentially written and automated and taken into place. So then The sort of opening up is more an exploratory data analysis. Traditionally, we've called this business intelligence. So this particular new focal point will become more and more important as we progress, which is just in time because we're onboarding a lot of hopefully new data scientists soon. Last week, we talked about the wrong strategic thinking, but I want to bring us a little bit deeper into how to correct the wrong strategic thinking. The first is adding a lot of people will make the work easier, treating the AI as a tool, not a team, and adding more features. But let's go into the first thing in depth. Okay, this is a upper management concept, but I'm sharing it with everyone here because this will allow everyone, hopefully, who's listening to understand that sometimes problems are not execution problems, sometimes they're not supervision problems, sometimes these are upper management problems, and it requires a little bit upper management skill to understand, all right? So this is a concept called the mythical man month, and for those of you who grew up in the 90s, which is nobody except me, they'll remember this particular cartoon called Dilbert. Dilbert is a funny cartoon, okay? It talks about sort of the frustrations that engineers have with managers in Silicon Valley. But manager asked the engineer, how long will it take your project if I add 2 people? And the engineer says, well, 1 month add 1 month for training, add 1 month for the extra complexity, and add 1 month to deal with their drama. And then the manager asks, but after all that, then the engineer says, well, they'll be as useful as this meeting. If you're not laughing, then you really don't understand upper management, I guess, yeah? Okay, we're just laughing, right? So everyone's like, what? Why am I not laughing, right? Okay, all right, if you're smirking, then you understand. So anybody who's been in this position will understand it because, yeah, adding people simply increases actually the time rather than reduces the time to get a job done. Now, the only case where this is adding more people actually simplifies the thing if the work is simple. None of the work here at Bukit Vista is very simple anymore, and it can be unsupervised, and very few of the work at Bukit Vista can be unsupervised. So if we only have simple unsupervised work, then yes, okay? Maybe even cleaning the floor here actually requires some supervision from time to time, all right? So otherwise, the selection, training, supervision, that actually takes more effort. So what can we do? We talked about the solution last week. The solution is to plan ahead and to add employees before peak season or promote existing talent to step up. So if you've had an intern on your particular team and they're not here anymore, perhaps you've missed an opportunity to think about a way to retain them, okay? Because they've essentially have hopefully demonstrated their value here for 6 months. But the other way is to actually promote a responsible and capable employee to take on greater scope for larger base and bonus. However, is it really that simple? Is it really just that simple to say, I'm just going to promote somebody? And hopefully we realize at this point that it is not simple. It is require work to decide how to promote somebody because there's a lot of responsibility with a promotion. And this is how. This is the Peter Principle. Please take a moment to read it and understand it. Okay, and if you're not laughing again, it probably means, once again, you're not aware of upper management. Or smiling at least. Promotions are not that simple because oftentimes we take a junior person, we promote them to be a senior person, and then finally we promote them to be a manager, and that's where they stop being able to do their job correctly. We've seen this many times, and so hopefully we have enough collective knowledge in our culture to realize that this is a risk. Thankfully, we already have a system that gets around this particular risk, so I'll explain how. The primary mistake in promotions is an unskilled promotion. So an employee is promoted but not expected to actually do their new job. The managers expect a supervisor to do an executor's job after promoting them to be a supervisor. Or they expect a knowledge manager to do a supervisor job, or they expect a strategist to do a knowledge management job. So a person's been promoted, but they're not being evaluated according to their new responsibilities. They're still being evaluated to their old responsibilities. So what does the person do? They just do more work. After a few months, they feel burnt out because they're not expected to use the new skill that they are currently being promoted for to do their job. So instead of actually, let's say, taking on more responsibility with the new skill, they are taking on responsibility by just putting in more hours and still doing the old job. And their manager is not giving them any corrective advice on how to do the new job. So This is the solution. This is a skilled promotion. A skilled promotion needs to have the correct expectations, and it needs to be based on this. A lot of times we say we promote somebody if your metrics are good, if your results are good. Well, if your results are good, but your input is still the same input, right? Or getting more input, then you're probably not getting that result gliding. You're getting that result hacking. You're just like, okay? That means if we add more responsibility, you eventually will burn out. So promotions should actually be rewarded skillfully to employees who already behave according to the next level expected of them in their leadership stat, not as a reward for their current excellence in the current level, okay? So when an executor is showing that they're able to be responsible for a team and take accountability for the team's work and responsibility for the team's work, then they should be a supervisor. When a person who is relying on supervising, right, finally discovers that ChatGPT can be really helpful in order for them to actually manage things using knowledge, then they should be promoted to knowledge management. If a person who is excellent at supervising a lot of people has figured out how to bonus, promote, and do these things particularly well, then they should go from a supervisor perhaps to an upper manager, okay? But then the person doing this promotion should have the expectation that they are following the skills of their new promotion and not doing the skills in their old job, okay? All right, so promotions are not that simple, and it does require some skill, and that's why I'm teaching everybody essentially this upper management idea, okay? Now, here's a fun question. Can Gaia be promoted? Gaia's our AI. Can it be promoted? Well, let's talk about that next week, okay? Because that is a really good topic, and I want you guys to think about that in the meantime, all right? Can Gaia be promoted? All right. Okay, next, let's talk about wrong strategic thinking, all right? So hopefully you're listening here, because if you are listening, then now at least you're a little bit more aware that there is a skill of upper management. In upper management, you should be promoting people correctly. You should be able to see that there is strategic issues happening, right? And the right way is not to, I need more people. The right way is to who in your team can be promoted and who in your team have you actually let not retain that you should have retained maybe a few months ago, okay? So that then is kind of like getting closer and closer to understanding that there is upper management, there is a skill associated with that, and strategically applying upper management skills is the way to actually solve problems. Not to panic, say we don't have any people, then emergency hire, then emergency train, then emergency fire, then then that's not a good system. That's just ruling by chaos, not ruling by strategy, okay? All right, does everyone agree? Sound familiar? Yeah? Okay, good. Hopefully I'm not wasting my time. All right, so let's get to the next part, okay? Here's strategic bad leadership, okay? So I realize if you're not listening, it's probably your problem. But if I'm not making this interesting either, it's probably my problem. Or whoever's presenting's problem, right? So that's why I'm trying to make this fun. Okay, I'm trying to make this kind of involved. I'm looking at your reaction also. That's why we ask your cameras to be on, so I know if I'm boring. Okay, so hopefully you're not bored here. Is everyone bored here? Anyone bored? No? Okay, this is exciting, right? Okay, hopefully it's exciting. All right, so are we strategically correct? We're moving through the strategy curve, okay? So we're probably getting to the upper boundary of the curve right now as a company, and this is my analysis. We are recovering from strategic blindness. We've been strategically blind for a bit, but we're recovering. So I've seen senior leaders show humility, and now they're amending their lack of performance in upper management, which is good, okay? The first step is to actually acknowledge that perhaps senior leaders don't know as much as they thought they did, and they are now being more responsible and taking accountability for their lack of upper management, including myself, okay? There is greater strategic awareness and personal accountability across the company, and that's good. However, the problem still remains, okay? That without more practice, there is the lack of correct upper management expectations for newly promoted employees. So, if you're newly promoted, and you're happy that I am newly promoted, please ask your upper manager and keep them accountable to this simple question, okay? For anybody who's newly employed, I'm looking at Nadia, I'm looking at a few other people here who've been recently promoted. Okay, let's see who else. Few of you, okay? Am I doing my new job correctly? Okay? Am I doing my new job correctly? Ask that every day. Okay. And if your upper manager doesn't give you a good answer for that, the answer is probably no. Okay. And they don't know. Okay. And then escalate. Say, okay, can Jing help you teach me how to do my new job correctly? That should be the follow-up question if you don't get a good answer. All right. Otherwise, your promotion is probably a false promotion, and it will lead to a disappointing situation a few months down the line where we finally realize that, well, I guess you weren't doing your new job and we have to cancel your promotion. Now you're back to where you were doing because that's what you've only been expected to do. Okay. Hopefully that isn't going to be our case. And I'm giving everybody here the right question, the right simple question to ask. All right. Now, the other problem is this. We seem to keep on not remembering that we have a gigantic workforce. We have vendors like our inspirational speaker just earlier, right? We have also housekeepers, and we can move a lot of the liability, Gani, to them and Marcel, right? For cleanliness. Housekeepers should be responsible for cleanliness, I think, right? I mean, ultimately, we're responsible for them, but they can probably take the correct action at the right place to actually deliver cleanliness. They can probably also learn how to fix an AC or maybe empty the pool filter from time to time, right? For additional pay, for additional scope of responsibility, okay? All right, cool. And then this is the other problem that I see. Nobody seems to stop the salami slicing that happens when a partner keeps on moving liability to us and doesn't pay us for the extra liability and doesn't appreciate when we've assumed more liability. This is a problem because after a while, we're now responsible for something outside of our original contract scope, and then we're getting blamed for it. And I go, well, it's not even our problem in the first place. So why is this person coming back to us and blaming us and expecting us to do extra work that is not part of our job scope? Okay, so these are problems. All right, so my strategic commitment is the same. So the company depends on everybody to do their job right. I'll train and develop better strategists and upper management in leadership positions, which hopefully I'm doing every morning, and to ensure that everyone's given a fair chance to attain their semester bonus. All right. Now, the strategic core value is to get in the details, which we are all doing. And once again, the revenue goal is 3 million, 4.8, 5-star percentage, 80%. No changes in the goal, no changes in the bonus structure, no changes in essentially the terms of the bonus, no changes in any of the particular terms of a no bonus situation. Okay, that's it. All right. I'll pass it back over to, is it Rifki or who is my host?
Yeah, I'll take over from here. So
all right, very good, Nadia. Okay, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. And please help share the screen again, yeah, Ricky. So let's move forward to the next section while Rifki sharing the screen. Is over to Furkan for the weekly, sorry. Oh, sorry, it's for the weekly mission inspiration. Okay, please help share the screen, Rifki. Okay, for the weekly.
I think it's mistaken. I think it should have been weekly hospitality and revenue target achievement first, no? Before moving forward to weekly mission inspiration.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, for the Canva, yeah. Okay, over to you, Furkan.
Okay, thank you very much, Kanadia. So hello everyone. Gladly I passed the test last week, so now I'm in probation phase in delivering the weekly revenue and hospitality target achievement. So who can guess what villa this is? Hey, Rifki, please hold on. Okay, I would like to check the comment section. Okay, from Weda Dardahlia. Interesting. No one interested to guess? Okay, Katendi Dardahlia. Okay, so I think everyone already aware that this is Villa Dardahlia. Thank you very much for engaging Katendi and also Weda. Rifki, next slide, please. This is a reminder that we have a semester 5 target to achieve with the revenue and hospitality target displayed there. So let's directly jump into the hospitality target achievements. Move to the next slide, please. Okay, for the hospitality target achievements, a heads up that most of our metrics this week is actually decreasing compared to last week report. So please bear with me to find out what metrics they are. Next slide, please. Okay, the first one, accuracy, decreasing by 0.2% from last week. Last week 84.1%, and now 83.9%. Moving on. Okay, check-in again decreasing 0.1% from 86.4% to 86.3% this week. Next slide, please. Next to cleanliness, decreasing by 0.2% from 80.8% to 80.6% this week. But good news, communication matrix is increasing. So this is a very amazing matrix to measure the improvement of our exception handling team and also Gaya's team. So kudos to our team that is working on that side, increasing by 0.1% from 84.2% to 84.3%. Okay, next. Next slide, please. Location, again, a continuous decrease from last week. This week decreasing by 0.2% from 72.3% to 72.1%. Okay, so you have heard the news, but interestingly again, our value is stagnant. Despite many of our core metrics earlier are decreasing, our value is stagnant on 80.1% from last week to this week. Next slide, please. Okay, so to sum up, our overall rating is actually stable compared to last week, but our 5-star rating is actually decreasing 0.2% from compared to last week. But still, on our 5 stars rating, we already passed the bar target for the semester target, but on the overall rating, we still lack 0.08 to achieve the semester target. Moving on into the revenue side. Okay, now about the revenue target achievement. Next slide, please. Our current progress is hitting at 1,974,174 US dollar, adding 99K US dollar from last week. We actually have time life for 41.7% with revenue target to achieve around 34.2%. So let's go and let's move our effort to be strategic to achieve these goals to attend the hospitality and revenue target achievement. So that's the announcement, and I will give the floor back to Kak Nadia.
Okay, thank you for delivering the hospitality and revenue. And the next one, let's go to the weekly mission inspiration. Okay. Okay, we don't have from partner, guess. Okay, we have from employee, and over to you again, Furkan.
Okay, thank you very much, Kak Nadia. So basically, last week we conducted the fourth BVI day with our MSc Basics interns. The activity itself is rewarding because it is a channel for appreciation for our amazing interns on their contributions throughout their internship period. However, we found out that there is a more strategic use for the BVI day video to be put in the selection process for MSc B7, helping us to identify sooner which candidates have a willingness to develop critical thinking and worth to be proceeded into the trial program later. So yeah, that's the innovation. Back to you, Kanadia.
Okay, thank you, Furkan. And let's go over to the technological innovation. The first, maybe over to Titan.
Yeah, thank you, Mbak Nadia. It's about the Gaia and Hermes and etc. for the documentation knowledge. Yeah, like for me, the new hires, it's very important to know detail about the AI agent. So it's also important for every one of you who want to know deeper about the AI agent. So you can access this link for the Coda, and also Mas Bayu provides for the visualization, yeah, on Whimcycle. I think that's all for the announcement from me. Thank you, Mbak Nadia.
Okay, thank you, Titan or Titan, yeah. And next over to Vito.
Okay, thank you, Kak Nadia. I will announce the innovation about managed automation. In order to automate managed chat, we need to migrate it to samples. We have successfully migrated it yesterday. This migration is not easy because there is so many obstacles that we need to solve from Meta and WhatsApp side. And now the automation is running. And yeah, this automation is still in beta version, of course, and need approval from the supervisor before sending the generated answer to the user. So please let us know any mistakes or room for improvement to make this agent powerful. And this automation will involve two agents, Hermes and Metis. Metis will classify the user based on their message into three user types: guest confirm, guest unconfirmed, and potential partner. And after the classification is complete, Metis will pass the message to Hermes and will handled by Hermes. And the philosophy behind the Metis is available in the document. So yeah, please read it. I think that's it from me.
Okay, thank you, Vito, even though this might be your last announcement, yeah, Vito, yeah. Thank you, Vito. Next to the company team target and achievement, I think I'll hand it to Furkan.
Yes, correct, Nadia. Thank you very much. Let's directly dive into the July target. So on the second week of July, moving into third week, we have achieved 83.4% of our revenue target on 433,624 US dollar, and on the 5-star percentage, we actually like decreasing from last week. Now we are in progress in 98% and 98.6% on 80.9% from the OK target. And for the overall rating, we last week we actually achieved already on 100%, but unfortunately this week is decreasing the progress to from 4.75 to 4.7. So please scroll down. What are our opportunities for July? So we managed to have 53% of occupancy, 8% higher from last week, 8% expired dates, 2% maintenance, and 4% owner users of July so far. We have 32% nights available to sell to achieve the OK target. So this is the report. Thank you very much, Kayla, for compiling it. And back to you, Kanadia.
Okay, thank you, Furkan, for presenting that. And next, over to the promotion and new employee. Over to Shalin.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Thank you.
stop this. This
Yes.
needs to stop. This needs to stop right now, Shaylin. You need to put the correct leadership level and expectation on these promotions. Otherwise, we will have these same problems again based on what I just said earlier. Okay. So until the correct leadership levels are correctly assigned to each of these people, let's not announce this. Let's wait for next week. Okay. Okay. All right. And ideally, we'd like to know who promoted them too. All right, because there's an upper management responsibility for that as well. Okay. All right.
Okay, so the promotion and new employee will be announced by next week by Shalin as well. And the next, let's go to the core value recognition. Okay, let's go start from the bottom first, maybe Rifki, from Furkan to Shalin.
Okay, thank you very much, Kanadia. And I think that's the correct order. Yeah, we need to announce it from the bottom first. Well, many people actually informing from the top. So I would like to recognize Shalin for two things. The first one is be the hero and also step on toes. Why be the hero? Because of her flexibility in covering me to host BVS Day for last week after 2 p.m. with her due to a strategic direction on HR last week. So thank you very much for covering me on that. And then second thing for step on toes, because you escalate some, you find there is a misalignment in my own evaluation, and you directly escalate to me without having any need to be found or yeah, so you are proactively seeking guidance and also clarity. And yeah, we discuss many things about the clarification and also expectation alignment, and that's really helpful. For leaders. So yeah, because you have the practice to escalate when there's something wrong in your own evaluation, and I think this is need to be um, to be have by everyone here. If you find there is a missed alignment, missed expectation on your evaluation, you need to directly escalate to your leader. So thank you very much, Kak Shelin. And I believe I have a second core value recognition to Mr. Jing. So yeah, the thing that you saw on my announcement on weekly mission inspiration about BVSD strategic placement, it was actually Mr. Jing helping me to brainstorm where to put it. So I would like to thank him for that. Thank you. Back to Canada.
Okay, thank you, Furkan. So the next one is actually coming from me to Ganesh. So actually, I would like to recognize Ganesh for being the hero and also step on toes, because when Hafiz was away due to his accident and also Weda was off, we had no one available actually to launch new listings. And I asked Ganesh whether he could create 4 new listings, and he promptly agreed. So thank you so much, Ganesh, for stepping up and being accountable. And the next one is actually to Weda. Okay, Weda for being inspired delight, help others to help themselves, and also being step on toes. So Weda is actually the person behind the listing regularly updated in timely manners. Because of his agility and also accountability, it's really admirable. So big thanks to Weda. And kalau aku best, aku kasih catang. Thank you.
Canada, I think you again.
No, okay. Thank you. Next over to siapa ini? Lutfi.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? So I'd like to recognize Mas Vidi for helping me improve myself as an intern and helping me think for myself. Since one of the things that stood out is on the first day, Mas Vidi gave me valuable feedback to improve myself as an intern. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Lutfi. And also, great job, Vidi. Next to Kabayu.
Okay, I have 2 recognition. First is to Rifki and Vito for positive transformation. So we are doing a retrospective. So basically, Rifki and Vito both started out as an intern like years ago, and they have been working with me since the early days of Gaia. And today they are amongst the best engineers and the most knowledgeable AI engineer that we have. So if we take a look at their work on day-to-day, they seem to work just one feature at a time. But looking at retrospect in almost a year, I realized that they are very integral, having integral contribution to the success of our transition to BV6. And I'm very grateful to have them in the engineering team.
Okay, maybe the next one, Kabayu.
Oh yeah, the next one. This is to Jing actually. So I want to recognize him for helping others help themselves. Jing has spotted my weakness in upper management and committed to teach me how to do it better. I think this is the example of help others to help themselves that is correct, instead of covering for the work themselves. So he's teaching me how to correctly do my job. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Kabayu, and also thank you, Mr. Jing. Next, over to Mr. Jing. To Bayu and Furkan.
Okay, listen up, everybody. I'm going to go into this part because this is actually a common thing I see. Almost doing this work in Indonesia for 12 years, right? Leading people. I don't know if you guys have heard this before. Nod your head if you've heard of this. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay. There's a lot of people who've worked in this company who have, let's say, understood that I think this requires a lot of humility. Okay. This is hard. And this is real humility, not the fake, Yeah, Pot. Thank you, Pot. That's not real humility. Real humility is this. Real humility is realizing that maybe you're wrong. Maybe whatever you've been doing for a very long time has been wrong. But then recognizing when somebody points it out that you've been wrong, not to get upset at them, not to hate them, not to go, whoa, I've been doing it for so long. Why would I be wrong? Actually then going like, really? Okay, let me understand your perspective. And then seriously going to the process of looking at your own internals and going, yep, that's probably correct. I am wrong. I've been wrong for a long time. Okay. Now, sometimes people understand that after they leave the company, but it's better if you actually understand that while you're still here. So to me, what that means is never settle. And never settle is tied to humility. Never settle comes from the idea of there is always something more in myself that I can perfect. There's always something more in myself that I can do better. And whenever, let's say, we reach an agreement, a difficult agreement, let's say in the case of, let's say, the people who've given me some recognition, I give that recognition back to you guys, okay? Because that is adopting a never settle mindset. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, for the recognition. Let's go over to, I believe we don't have any announcement for today. And so for the personal updates, let's do it asynchronously, everyone. And don't forget to fill in your personal updates from the achievement, biggest actionable discovery. And also we have a very interesting question of the week about your personalities. So please fill that out. And also stay tuned for next week announcement from the HR for the promotion. So I think that's it for today's All Hands, and I'll back to Rifki to close it.
Okay, thank you guys for attending this all hands meeting. I hope you enjoy it and agree with Mr. Jing's feedback and also think about it. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you and have a good day.
All right.
Thank
Have a good
you.
week, everybody. Thank you for hosting.
everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, everyone.